The best way you can support me is with a simple subscribe. Subscribe to my channel for more content like this. It's the TALIAFERRO TV. Subscribe to my channel for more exclusive content like this. So there is a trade that's out there right now. This is real, guys. This is not a fake story. This is real. There is a trade out in the atmosphere. You know, maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. This stuff is fluid. It could very well not happen. We know Carmelo Anthony does want to get to Houston. That's his preferred option. He has a no trade clause. Any trade that Carmelo is that wants to happen, Carmelo has the final say so. He has a no trade clause, right? But here's a trade that's being talked about. In this trade, it's a 3-team trade, and we're not going to bring up the picks because there are picks involved, but we haven't got down to that point yet. Cleveland would get Carmelo Anthony from the Knicks and Eric Bledsoe from Phoenix. New York would receive Kyrie Irving, which, might I add, is one of the 4 teams that Kyrie Irving said he wants to go to, and Tyson Chandler from Phoenix. The Phoenix Suns will get Kevin Love, a big man that they so coveted for so long. Remember, they went after LaMarcus Aldridge a couple years ago. They went after Blake Griffin this offseason. They failed on both of those. They want that 4 to build around Devin Booker and now Josh Jackson. And they would get also Frank Ntilikina. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. It's the Knicks point guard that they drafted out of France, I believe. Ntilikina is his last name. And that's the discussed trade for now. Let's just break this down. Who are the winners and losers? All right, the Knicks would end up with Kyrie Irving and they'd get rid of Carmelo Anthony. They're a winner in this. Who cares about Tyson Chandler? His money will be coming off the books soon. You get Kyrie Irving in this, you win. The Phoenix Suns would get Kevin Love and a point guard to go with their young nucleus of Devin Booker and Josh Jackson. They're winners in this. But Cleveland. The Cleveland Cavaliers would get Carmelo and Eric Bledsoe. Let's just break down if this is a win or an L for Cleveland. You definitely know LeBron's probably going to want to exit after this year. So that means you'll be left with Carmelo for another year after that. But if LeBron leaves, it's over anyway. Eric Bledsoe, not as good as Kyrie. Not as good a scorer as Kyrie. Probably a better defender than Kyrie Irving. But he can't take over a game. And that doesn't fix your problem against Golden State. And I don't even think you're better than Boston at that point. I think Boston is a better overall team than you. So you trade Kevin Love and Kyrie and be stuck with Melo and Eric Bledsoe. I could make a case that neither one of those guys are better than Kevin Love or Kyrie. Cleveland definitely would be the losers in that trade. It's better than nothing, but I would probably just keep Kyrie and Kevin Love if I'm going to make that trade and make Kyrie work it out. He doesn't have a no trade clause, so it's not in his jurisdiction to demand a trade. He could get traded if they want to trade him. Other than that, the Cavs don't got to move on anything. I don't think that's a winning trade. Honestly, I think Cleveland moves down to 3 or 4 in the East after a trade like that. You still got LeBron, so you're always going to be competitive. But Eric Bledsoe is one of LeBron's closest friends. I think they got good chemistry, but you're not winning with that roster. You're not winning a champ. Definitely. You didn't feel the problem that you had. So what if you're able to get past Boston Celtics and get to the NBA Finals against Golden State? What changes? Now you got somebody in Eric Bledsoe who's not as good a scorer as Kyrie. He can defend Steph, but on the other end, Klay is still there to defend Eric Bledsoe. That doesn't feel that problem. And you got a Carmelo Anthony who I think he'd be better suited to play the Warriors, but you got to get to the finals first, and I don't think Melo's your guy. You definitely lose LeBron in that scenario. LeBron's definitely leaving town after that. I think the Cavs are hitting this all wrong. Before I trade Kyrie and Kevin and blow up this big 3, I think they need to be looking to trade J.R. Smith and Tristan Thompson. You try to get rid of them. You see what the market is for them. Tristan Thompson is an $80 million rebounder. I'm sorry, it's just not good enough when you're about to lose LeBron and Kyrie. You got to go do whatever you can. There's got to be a team out there that want Tristan Thompson. There's got to be. J.R. Smith is going to be harder to trade. You got to exhaust every option right now. You're about to lose 2 of the top 10 players in the league in 1 year possibly. If you're Cleveland, you got to do something. Try to trade those pieces first. Try to trade Tristan first. He's an efficient rebounder. He's durable. He plays in pretty much every game in his career he's played in. Pretty much probably missed like, what, 4 or 5 games his whole career over 5-6 years. You try to trade Tristan Thompson first, period. You try to trade J.R. Smith. You see what the market is for them. You overpaid for J.R. Smith. You negotiated with yourself. Now you try to go dump him on somebody else, kind of similar to how Timothy Mozgov, the Lakers were able to get rid of his contract when they overpaid for him and they traded him to the Nets this offseason. So that's a 3-team trade. Again, the Knicks would trade Frank, now what's his name? Nikenya, whatever, the point guard out of France. And then they would trade him, and then they would also trade Carmelo Anthony. The Cavs would trade Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving. The Phoenix Suns would trade Tyson Chandler and Eric Bledsoe. They're giving up the least amount. The thing is, Phoenix is giving up the least amount from a player standpoint because A, they're going to give up picks as well, and B, you got to find somebody who wants Kevin Love. And that's the thing with that trade. There's only so many teams that need a forward. Denver got Paul Millsap. Atlanta could use a forward. Phoenix could use a forward. So you got to find teams that are willing to work with Cleveland, and they might be one of the only ones left. So Cleveland will get Carmelo and Bledsoe. New York will get Kyrie and Tyson Chandler, and Kevin Love and the point guard from France would go. I got to find out his name. Tell me his name in the comment box below. I've been messing his name up over and over again. I don't know a lot about the kid. Talk to me in the comment box below. What do you think about this trade? Wins and losses. Not Meek Mill, but wins and losses. Who's going to take home the dubs and who's going to take home the L's in this trade? And would Carmelo and Eric Bledsoe get Cleveland over the hump in the Eastern Conference and in the NBA Finals? Talk to me, comment box below. I'm out.
I want to salute you, homie, you know, for building your own thing and doing your own thing, creating your own platform, your own website.
I got one life to live out my dreams, and I'm giving this thing all I got. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I represent the culture.
Right now you're turning up on mrtaliaferro.com, shawty.